I'm James from Smoking Dead Barbecue, and I make a killer lasagna.
Who makes a killer lasagna?
Sarah makes a killer lasagna.
Yes, I do.
You're gonna tell us how?
Yes, I will.
Let's get into it.
Oh, that's so bad. I shouldn't have said yes, I do. That's so bad. I hate this.
So whether you're cooking this lasagna at home in your oven or something like a Kamado Joe, or like what I'm going to use today, which is my La Piazza Piccolo wood-fired oven, 350 degrees is the perfect temperature. But to get some heat into our pizza oven, that's actually going to be our first order of business. So let's go over to our oven, start our fire so that's getting nice and heat soaked, and we'll come back over here and Sarah can show us how to make her famous lasagna. Let's get our oven ready for cooking. We always want to take the opportunity to clean out our oven before we start cooking. The last thing that we want is this ash and debris that you can see here circling around and getting in the top of our lasagna. So let's dump that. Okay, our deck surface is nice and clean. Let's start a heat soak fire. So a heat soak fire, unlike our cooking fire, which is going to end up in the far corner, we're going to go nice in the middle and start to build some heat into the center of our deck. So we've got a nice little log cabin fire that's going to serve as the basis for our coal bed. Let's grab our Grill Blazer grill gun, fire that up. Install our door and let that heat soak. So I say Sarah's lasagna, but Sarah's mom is actually the architect of this recipe. So why don't you share your mom's recipe and the lasagna that our kids and our kids' friends always ask you to make. How are we gonna make it?
So this is actually a pretty straightforward, easy recipe, which is why we love it. There's a lot of other fancier lasagnas out there. That is not what this is. We're doing this so we can have a weeknight meal and get it on the table pretty quickly. So I'm going to take cooked ground beef, and I cook it ahead of time just to make it easier, especially as it gets closer to dinner. So we're gonna put that in our pan to warm up.
Sure you don't want me to smoke that?
No. I really don't want smoked lasagna. So we're gonna warm the ground beef up in a pan on low, and then we're going to add our marinara to it. Again, you can make fancy lasagna with homemade marinara. We're not doing that for this recipe. So I usually do about 1.5 jars to 2 jars of pasta sauce and mix it in with the ground beef. Then usually I add some water, about 1/4 of the jar, and mix it up and rinse out the pan. So James, maybe you can go add some water to that jar.
Make myself useful?
Yeah, and we're just gonna mix this together and let it simmer. James is taking a long time to find water. Did you get lost?
My mic's on, and I didn't want to.
Just kidding.
I didn't want to sound like I was peeing in a jar.
So we're gonna mix the sauce up. I'm actually gonna pour it into this one so that we don't waste all the goodness. And we probably don't need quite that much water. So rinse out the jar, and I'm just gonna add the water into the sauce just because we do want to use oven-ready noodles for this recipe. It just makes it a lot easier. We don't need to pre-cook our noodles. I like to use an egg pasta lasagna noodle that is oven-ready, so when we add the water, it'll just help soak it in and cook our noodles when the lasagna is cooking in the oven. So while this is simmering, we are now going to make our cheese mixture. Some people use ricotta. I'm going to use cottage cheese for this one so that the noodles can cook. Now we're going to add a 750 gram container of cottage cheese. We're going to add 1 egg to that. I just use a large egg. Add about 1 cup of freshly grated Parmesan. And you want to grate that yourself. Same goes for mozzarella that we'll be using later. It's much better just to grate your own, otherwise you're not going to get the same result and the mozzarella won't melt really nice. So we're going to mix this together, and I forgot the parsley. Again, this is just my mom's lasagna. I don't have a formal recipe, but we're going to take our best guess. Probably about 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, and we're just going to mix that into our cottage cheese mixture. So now we're ready to put it together. Give the sauce a stir. It's been simmering with the ground beef, so that should all be mixed together. The first thing we're going to do is put some sauce on the bottom of our pan just to prevent the lasagna noodles from sticking to the bottom. You don't need a lot, just enough that nothing's sticking and it's just a really light coating on the bottom. And James, yeah, you can start opening the lasagna noodles and start putting them on the pan as well. So lasagna noodles go It doesn't matter if they overlap a little bit. That's the thing I like about the lasagna, the egg pasta lasagna noodles, is it's nice and thin. So now we're going to put the first layer after the noodles is meat sauce. So we're gonna put meat sauce on here. And you want enough to cover your pasta so as it cooks, that is cooking up nicely. Then we're going to start spreading our cottage cheese mixture on top of the sauce. We are going to have a few layers, so probably a third of that mixture, James, you can start spreading, maybe just your best guess. And now we're going to layer the grated mozzarella cheese, and I grated it earlier, and again, about a third of the mozzarella cheese. All right, then we do a layer of more lasagna noodles. Now that you're learning how to do it, I won't have to cook it anymore.
It's great.
There we go. All right, so again, same as this first layer, we're gonna start with meat sauce, cover all of our noodles. You just kind of want a light amount to cover everything. And now we'll put another third of the cottage cheese mixture, just lightly. And this is where, because we don't have a recipe, I just judge at this point when we're doing the last layer. So if it seems like it's too much, I don't use everything. Then we're gonna do the last layer of cottage cheese. Not that James' method was bad, but I like to do thin rows so that it's just a little bit easier to spread.
I don't remember those instructions.
Oh, well, you know, I didn't want to correct you on camera, but nothing like doing it right my way. All right, and then mozzarella. And there's a lot left over. I had grated the whole bar of mozzarella we had, so we may not use this whole amount. All right, so that's it. We're gonna cover it in foil, and then that will bake in the pizza oven for about 40 minutes with the foil on. And then we'll take the foil off for the last 10 minutes so it can cook really nicely with those open flames.
All right, let's go check on our oven. Okay, I've just removed our door and our temperature is quickly coming down to about what we want, which will be that 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It was reading 600 degrees with the door on, but now I'm letting some of that heat out. It's landing exactly where we want it. Plus the cold bed is looking exactly what I want. So I'm gonna push this over to the side, slide in our lasagna. Also gonna drop in a couple wood splits. We're gonna let these coals die down, but there's gonna be barely any fire left at the end of 40 minutes. So we can get nice clean combustion to finish the top. I need these heat soaked. So I'm gonna slide these into our oven right along the front here. Install our door, angled slightly so that we're getting some draw across our oven towards the coals. And I'm going to adjust the damper to about a quarter close, so 75% open. That'll just help retain a little bit more heat and let that cold bed last the entire 40 minutes. Our timer has 5 minutes left, but let's take a look and see if we're nearly there. So that's exactly what we want. So I've just used my fireboard spark to make sure that it's like brisket, probe tender. We want to make sure we're not feeling any hard shells. So I'm going to put the foil back on just for a minute while we're adding this fresh wood. If we were to remove this now and place the wood in, we would start to get some of that, you know, dirty smoke from this wood starting to combust. So I want to wait until this wood starts to burn nice and clean. Then we'll be able to remove our foil and take 5 minutes to finish the top. So you can see in a matter of seconds, we've got nice clean combustion starting with these pieces of wood that we've added. I'm just going to point them up here. So we got a nice rolling over flame. That looks awesome. So now that's burning nice and clean, it's safe to remove the foil. And we're going to stay out here, keep an eye on that till we get some nice, starting to brown but not too dark color on our cheese. Spin this around so the front and the back can swap places. All right, our 5 minutes is up. And this looks awesome. Let's get that over to the table. Let it rest. So our lasagna has been resting for 5 minutes, which Sarah says is going to help make sure that it's not a big sloppy mess when we go to remove it from our pan. So let's get nice and close. We'll cut out a piece and I'll reserve judgment to Sarah to see how we did.
All right. Oh, it looks good.
Okay, so I'm curious to see how this tastes. In our family, Sarah is my smoke filter, as you've seen documented in videos. I like to over smoke everything, and maybe being near the fire, I don't notice it. But this looks and smells amazing to me, so I'm curious. Your honest assessment.
All right.
Wood-fired pizza oven lasagna.
See what I think compared to a normal oven?
Exactly.
All right. We'll see. I have high hope. But just for the simple fact, you can start cooking dinner. Oh, that's great. That's perfect. It tastes like normal. It does. It tastes wonderful. And in fact, I love that in the pizza oven, The top is so nice. Like, it does not turn out like this in the oven, and I was actually worried. I knew it was in foil in the pizza oven and that it wouldn't get too much from that, but at the end, I didn't know what smoke it would have, but this is perfect. Yeah, it tastes so good. There's no smoke. It just is the perfect finish, having the open flame on it. It is so good. I love it.
I moved it around in the schedule, but we've got some brisket leftovers coming out in a video, and one of them is things like nachos in the pizza oven, or even those brie sausages.
Yeah.
That top-down heat is the heat signature that you get in a pizza oven that is hard to replicate in any of these other tools, and it can make Sarah's lasagna even slightly better.
I don't know about better.
That's it for today. I'm James, that's Sarah. We're signing off. Don't be afraid to fire it up.